Well, welcome everybody to Happy Hunting, the show for hunts and hunters on the Second Life grid. And we are kind of moving into the post Valentine's Day kind of soft rosy glow. And on today's show, we are definitely going to be looking at more than just red stuff. So we're not going to waste any time and we're going to head right into the hunt news. But first, I want to remind you that we are sponsored by Prim Perfect Publications and Treat TV. And without further ado, here is Rosamoo Mendelson with the latest hunt news. Away you go.
Thank you, Cinders. Well, there's sort of a little bit of a Valentine's leftover. The first hunt that I'm going to talk about is the Mad P Love Potion number 9.9 hunt. This is running well into March, and it's a little bit of a Valentine's hunt. It's sort of love, but it's also much more than that. It's not a hearts and flowers kind of Valentine's hunt. Starting on the far left of the studio, it starts with something from Chic Buildings, which is these alchemy symbols, it's just a texture, but they're really kind of nice looking and elegant. And below that is just a wonderful, wonderful outfit. It's called Water Fae. It's from Fantavar and Moonstruck. And it's just a glorious outfit.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is. The wings really do look watery. It's quite fun. The next one is also one that I'm just wild about. This was the first stop on the hunt. They're dwarfins. You get a male avatar and a female avatar dwarfin. But the sim, I've never been to it before, is just so charming. There's just this, it's just all of the dwarfins, and they're wonderfully funny. So if that's the only, as far as you go on that hunt, it's worth doing. It's worth the 50 lindens for the hunt for that. The next item comes again from Chic Building. It's the Alchemist Table, and above it is a small bookcase that hangs on the wall. Now there's a fair amount of jewelry from this hunt, and I'm going to just go left to right and talk about them. First is from Druidamus, whatever. It's necklaces. There are male and female necklaces. I think there are four different necklaces in the gift. I just put two of them out to show. And then we have from Amaranthus, rose gold tied lockets. And there are, again, several different options within the gift package. It's very nice. I like the way that one looks particularly. Going across the way, Trident has presented Love Elixir pendant necklaces. There are two of them I'm showing. They come with a couple of different attachment options. One of them has a little liquid love elixir in it. The other one has a little tiny human heart. It's really interesting.
Yeah, so I see.
The human hearts have been very popular. Somebody must have made a sculpting for that. I haven't seen it myself, but I've seen them around a few places. They're really quite graphic. And the last necklace is also from Chic Building, which has done quite a few things for this hunt, and it's a cupcake pendant necklace. Now, the tub that we're sitting in, the heart-shaped tub, is also from the Mad P hunt. It's from Libertine, and it has several options for couples. You've got the wine for each person, a book to read, and there are a couple of more cozy animations for a couple in this one. There's an interesting thing here. It's called the Bat Orchid on the left. It's from Cauldrons, and it's just it just sits there and does sort of this very gentle winging motion every once in a while. It's not overly obnoxious, but it's kind of cute and different.
I'd almost think that was from Avatar.
Yeah. Now behind that I have two of the clothing items that came. The first one is from Sakid. It's Dark Love Lingerie. And the next one is from a store I haven't been to before. It's called Ankle Biter. It's their Dark Red Fairy. And it's again quite detailed and has lots and lots of parts to it. It's kind of fun.
Oh, and how can you not remember a name like that, Ankle Biter, for a
Yeah.
store?
I think it's supposed to be cats. I think her logo is cats. So
Oh, okay.
I suspect that the person who created it has cats who bite ankles. Now I'm going to do the cold hunt. This is a fun hunt because it's about, what do you need when you get a cold? And the first thing that I have to show is some clothing. The medical scrubs come from Dandy's Doodads, and I coupled that with the feverish face makeup, and there's a thermometer in the mouth, and those come from Sucrère de Fairies. I'm getting better at pronouncing that, although I think I'm still not good. What also on these models, I've used from Ramya a skin called Forest Freckles, which is part of this hunt, one of the hunt gifts. Just below the medical scrubs is an outfit from Danny's. It's Valentine heart dress in pink. And the last one, the last clothing item for the cold hunt is from BT. It's Sleepy PJs. And on the top of it, I'm not sure if you can read it, it says, "Sleep is overrated. That's why we have coffee."
Oh, I know people that would be perfect for.
Yeah. And as we come across the set, there are two very large teacups. Well, I think of them as teacups. They might be coffee cups, perhaps, but there is a tea bag hanging out of one of them. And they have animations for sitting, relaxing, and sitting in. So if you're feeling miserable, you can just, hang out in a very warm cup. The first one is from Happy Hat. It's a teacup with a honey dipper. And the other one is from Kawaii Couture, and it's the cupcake teacup. And then jumping over our hot tub, we get to a couple of things. There's it's called a Sick Days Lounger from S&S Clockworks, and it has a number of animations that are appropriate to somebody who's not feeling terribly well. The next item I have is not quite what it appears to be. I created a quilt because the textures that came from Phoenix Textures, which is a set of wonderfully different colored quilted fabrics, just were fabulous. And so I tried to put together a little quilt to use those. But it comes in, that texture comes in several different colors and some different patterns as well. But very nicely done. And then as you're sitting there trying to keep warm under the quilt, there's a cup of chicken soup and a cracker coming from Nomikis, excuse me. And that's the cold hunt. So you really have a chance to cozy up if you're not feeling great. Now, the next one I'm highlighting is a little different hunt. We don't get to do this terribly often, and you don't sort of gallery hop in. Generally, most people don't gallery hop in Second Life, but this is called the Contrasting Art Hunt - Love. It runs to the end of the month. The hunt object is a purple heart, and I just pulled 3. It's a very small hunt. It's only 10 stores, 10 galleries, excuse me, not really stores. And I just pulled 3 of them. The first one is Modern Sculpture, and it's from the Cube Art Gallery. The next one, on the back wall, we have Single Rusting Flower, and that can be seen at the VU Gallery. And the last one is Lana Loves Art, and this is from Van's Dam Gallery in Amsterdam. And I have to say I had a good time doing this hunt because it was an opportunity to see original artwork. These are original pieces. Very often when you go to a gallery, you see something that's been downloaded from the internet, some famous, Van Gogh or Rembrandt. But these are original art. This is all original artwork. And that's very exciting to have a chance to sort of get out and see that.
And art enriches your life, and why not take part in this hunt and get some nice art for your home?
Absolutely. It's a good hunt. Now, the very last one, some people will think of this as the best hunt. This is the Jack or Jill hunt. And I am showing clothes. There are some skins in it. There is a little bit of jewelry, but there are two paths. One is for ladies and one is for men, and I did the ladies' path. So here we go. We're starting with the first one. There are several hunt gifts in this particular poster. We start with doll, and that's the corset skirt. Corset, I guess it's actually separate. There's a corset and a skirt for this. That's the base of this outfit. The necklace is from Just Your Jewels. And there's a brooch. It's called the Start of Captain brooch. It comes in gold and silver. It's from my wardrobe. And it comes as something that you would put on that would attach up on your shoulder, closer to your shoulder. But I kind of liked putting it in a different place. Brooches are fun to play with. Next to the right is from Sakid. It's called the Lady Tux. And it comes with the vest and the pants and the shoes. Moving over is from Inversa. It's a mix and match gift. There's several different colors. There's a green set, there's a magenta set, and there's a gray set. So I've sort of mixed the gray and the magenta a little bit, but it has several pieces. The pants come in all the different colors, and the shirt, the t-shirt underneath, and the over sweater all come in a variety of colors. So there's a lot of items in this particular hunt gift. The Happy Undead provided the cozy dress, which is next. This beautiful tealy sort of ocean colors. It comes in several sizes. It is a mesh item, but each one of the mesh sizes comes in a small, medium, and large. And I don't wear enough mesh to understand what that is, but you get a lot of size options with this particular gift. And I think that may be something that's coming more and more with the mesh. The next one is from Kasuri. It's a wonderful kimono, and it actually comes with a jacket that matches the straps. But I rather liked it. It got to be sort of too much for the photograph, and I rather like more of kimono shape myself. So there's that. I think at this point we're now using the skin from Mar Creatives Studio. It's Milk Skin Jill. And I used that for a number of the images. The next dress comes from Switch, and it's called the Jill dress. Of course, this is the Jack or Jill hunt. So there's a lot of Jill stuff. Then we get to Sweet Intoxication. This is Molly mesh dress. And the shoes, the red shoes, are from Duh. They're classic leather pumps in ruby. And Duh is just Duh. The last single poster is from BTS, Beyond the Stars, and it's the button dress with ripped capris. Now at the end poster I have, this is the last piece that I'm highlighting. It's a sort of a group shot because there were a number of top onlys in this hunt. So I grabbed the leggings from Bubble, and there's the four tops, the four stores that are shown in this particular image are from Duck Nipple, which is the short, the sort of crop top. Then from Lulu, which has a white tiger on the front. Pink Acid, and finally from American Bazaar, the red top. There is a lot of clothing to be had from this hunt. So if your wardrobe is in need of filling out, definitely that's a hunt to consider doing.
I would say so. And of course, for the gentlemen in our viewing audience, there is the male side, the male path of the hunt. So if you're needing to freshen up your wardrobe and get away from those 2008 outfits and shoes, go do this hunt.
Or 2006 ones. Yes.
Well, Rosamoo, I think there's lots of great stuff here, and I think we are going to all be very busy doing hunts. Now, viewers, remember you can find information about everything you saw today on our blog at happyhuntingtv.wordpress.com. And of course, stay with us because towards the end of the show, Rosamoo will be doing her upcoming hunts segment. So that is it for this part of the show. We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, I will be interviewing Xandra Bressig, and we will be talking about her latest hunt and what else is going to be going on with her. So stay with us, and we will be right back.
Radio Real is an internet public radio station with multiple streams on the air daily. We play an extensive variety of music for listeners with eclectic taste, from early music to Victoriana, big band and folk, plus drama and special programs. For more details, visit radioreal.org.
The best things in life are free.
Welcome back, viewers, and we are now at the Sour Pickles main store to have my interview with my guest, Xandra Bressig, and she is going to tell us all about her latest hunt, the Flashback hunt. And of course, you may remember, Xandra's been on the show before, and it's always a pleasure. Hi, Xandra.
Hi, Cinders.
Well, let's get right to it. Start telling us everything you can about your newest hunt.
So the Flashback hunt is a full perm hunt. I love the idea of full perm hunts, and I thought I'd do one. The Flashback hunt is based on the 70s, 80s, or 90s. The hunt requires the vendors to make one item, full perms, which will be sold for 5 linden to hunters that has to fit the era of either the 70s, 80s, or 90s.
Oh, cool. And for many of our viewing audience, like myself, we were growing up during parts of those decades, so this should be a lot of fun. Now, I also want to remind everybody in our viewing audience that you do have your own hunt group, the Sour Pickles Hunt Group, so people can join that, and you've got your blog to keep them informed.
I do, and the joiner, if people were to come to the store, it is right behind us on this chalkboard. And the blog for Sour Pickles Hunts is sourpickleshunts.blogspot.com, where you can stay updated on upcoming hunts, applications, store lineup, and hints for the hunts.
And after all, folks, how can you avoid not wanting to wear a group title that has you as the Sour Pickles Hunter? I mean, how much better can that get? I ask you. Now, I know for some of our audience, the idea that this is a full perm is going to be very exciting. And I really think this is going to be a great lead-in to the coming spring with this kind of stuff. Wouldn't you agree?
I do agree, and it's really exciting. I haven't seen a hunt like this before that lets you expand your horizons and have 3 options of a hunt theme to choose from. And I feel that when hunts are limited to one theme, hunters often find repetitive items, and I love having the option as a creator and as a hunter of seeing how creative a creator can get.
Well, I also like something I'm going to quote from your blog, that Sour Pickles Hunts does not put on holiday hunts. We like to be original, and I certainly would think that you have fulfilled that goal.
Yes, I tend to stay away from holiday theme hunts or seasonal hunts. The only exception is I like to do contests for my hunters, and one of the winners was a Kauai themed hunt, so that will come out in the spring later. But I think that shopping for Christmas items in August, who doesn't want to start doing a hunt for winter in the middle of the year?
Well, actually, that works out because anyone who is into sewing or craft work, you're starting your Christmas stuff in July because you need that much time to put it together. So there's kind of a tie-in. Just a bit of one. Now, there's another quote that I really like that you said on your hunt blog. I am the creator and owner of Sour Pickles. I enjoy doing hunts and putting them on for people. Hope you have a great time doing the hunts, and suggestions for hunts are always welcome. And I think that is really a great quote because you're approachable, and I think that is wonderful.
I like giving the option, as I said before, of hunters being able to think of ideas. It is the hunters that we thrive to keep entertained and keep coming back. And if there isn't some flexibility or communication, I feel that we'll lose their interest and not be happy doing our hunts.
Well, folks, I've done sour pickle hunts before, and I can guarantee you are going to have a good time. And Xandra does make sure it's a more off the beaten track kind of hunt. It's not always your typical hunt, and I find that very refreshing, and I think you will too. And Xandra works very hard on putting on these great hunts for you. Don't you, Xandra?
I do. I get so excited just teasing my group, this is the poster of what's coming up, and they're like, oh my goodness, what will it be? What will it be? And I try to be as organized as possible. I believe communication is the most important thing between a hunter, a store owner, and you don't find that as often as you'd like. And I've seen many hunts that offer that service, and I thank those hunt coordinators that do that as well.
Well, you're so right. A good hunt is just a fun thing to do. It speaks well for everyone involved. And I think a well-run hunt tends to help you remember all of the participating merchants much better. And you get a good impression off of everybody, and that is just great for everyone. And of course, with a, as you have described, a spunky hunt organizer like yourself in charge, how can it not be a great hunt?
I personally am excited to do the hunt myself. I love doing my own hunts, not only as a hunt coordinator aspect, but an aspect of being a hunter, taking the time to think about the hunt, think about the hints that are given, and actually using my mind and being able to discover new stores. Hunts are the best way to be discovered and show off your creations. And, I kid you not, some people will leave SL and come back and do my hunts, and they'll be like, oh my God, the stores have changed. And yay for hunts, being able to reconnect myself with them in the stores and everything that SL has to offer.
Well, that is certainly true. And folks, if you haven't done a hunt before, start with a sour pickles hunt like the Flashback hunt. You're going to have a great time. It's a great way to see parts of Second Life that you may not have visited before and to find some great stores. Xandra does not take the unskilled merchants into her hunts. What you're going to get is going to be good quality, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be original. And I just can't recommend doing one of her hunts highly enough. And Xandra is reachable, and if there's a problem in the hunt, she is on top of it and she gets it fixed as fast as possible, which again is a great detail for a hunt organizer to have. And Xandra is a great hunt organizer. And she's modest too.
I do try my best.
Well, I think we have got a great hunt to look forward to, though I am looking over at your hunt poster wall, and my goodness, you are going to be a busy little bee this season, from what I'm seeing there. Well, not only your hunt, but...
Yes, some of those posters are currently going on, and as earlier the Jack or Jill hunt was mentioned, I always do the mail path because I love being able to offer mail items because the mails are forgotten about.
Yes, and they do get shortchanged quite a bit, and I have heard that from many of our male viewers. So it is great that you make a point of including them, not leaving them left out as they trail along with their partner, their spouse, their girlfriend. It's like, oh, great, another piece of jewelry, nothing here for me. So thank you, Xandra, on behalf of all of our male viewers. Well, I think we have really covered a ton of ground here in this interview. So folks, be sure to do Xandra's hunt, the Flashback hunt. It's going to run from March 1st to the 31st. So you're going to have a great time. And as she said, this is going to be full perm items. that are going to be from the 1970s, 80s, and 90s. And for many of us, we well remember those decades. You're going to have a great time. You're going to get great hunt gifts, and you're going to see some great stores. Xandra, I thank you. And of course, I hope you are going to return again for another one of your hunts.
I would be very welcomed. I will grab you for that occasion.
I'm going to count on you to do just that. All right, that is my interview with the wonderful Xandra Bressig and her flashback hunt. So now we are going to return back to the studio for the upcoming hunts by Rosamoo Mendelsohn, and then at the end of our show for this day. All right, stay with us, and next you see, we are going to be back in the studio.
Designing Worlds is the show all about design and designers in virtual worlds.
And you can see us every Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific Time. That's 10 p.m. in the UK.
We have a great lineup of shows for you this season.
We explore some of the most beautiful places in Second Life.
We meet the designers who are using virtual worlds in innovative ways.
We discuss issues that are important to residents.
And we celebrate the festivals that shape our real lives.
And our virtual lives too.
So, join us for some great shows in this season of Designing Worlds.
On Treat TV every Monday at 2 p.m.
And catch up on our special channel on the Treat.tv website.
Don't miss it.
Hello viewers, I just wanted to remind you that if you wanted to find out any of the information from my interview with Xandra Bressig about her flashback hunt, you just need to go to our blog at happyhuntingtv.wordpress.com. And now, Rosamoo is going to tell you about all the upcoming hunts that are going to be starting for late winter and early spring. It's all yours, Rosamoo.
Well, it's hardly all of them, I think, but I have a few of them that people will be able to enjoy concurrent with this broadcast. The first one to mention is the Dance With Me Tonight hunt. It runs through March 10th, and it's a little bit of a holdover still from Valentine's because the hunt object is a purple heart with dance in it. Then we have the FAR Hunt Group's Birthday Bash Hunt, which will be running all the way to the middle of March. It's a good one. The Summer, Sunrise, and Sunsets on the Equator Hunt, which may be the longest hunt title I've come across, has a rotating sun orb with a palm tree as the hunt object. It runs until March 15th, and it really is going to be sort of definitely a break out of the winter time and into summer, into spring. I Love New York City is having another hunt. I think this may be their second hunt. They did a golden apple hunt earlier. It's a sim hunt. The hunt object is a gold heart, and there are 13 stops, and each one will be 14 lindens. It runs through February 28th. It has a lot of very upscale shops, and if you haven't been to the New York City Sim, it's kind of fun to just walk around. It's very urban. Then we have the Love Bug Hunt for all kids. That's going to run only until March 1st, so don't let that one go too long. It has a ladybug as the hunt object. I personally am looking forward to doing the Junk Food Junkie Hunt, which has a pink donut to collect. It runs through the end of February, and I think it's just going to be a fun hunt. I'm looking forward to all sorts of junk food to put in my inventory.
Oh, boy.
And the last hunt to mention right here is another Birthday Bash hunt. This one has a dark red ribbon as the hunt object. It runs through March 28th. This one goes on for a very long time. It is a HUD hunt. So you go to the first stop and you have to pick up the HUD for the hunt. And that will take you through the rest. Now, I do want to mention that we are sitting, the two of us are sitting on some chairs These are a chair. The Adirondack chairs and the table are hunt gifts from the Spring Market Fair and Umbrella Hunt that is happening at the Old Europe Sim. Again, it's a sim hunt. They do hunts regularly, and they're always great fun. They have terrific vendors, merchants who come and set up kiosks and carts, and it just is, it's really good stuff. And that will be running March 8th through April 1st. And I believe that the hunt organizer is going to be on the show the next show we have. That's pretty much what I have to offer today. I haven't seen too many St. Patrick's Day hunts yet, but I think we really are finally breaking through the winter ice and heading for spring.
Yes, we are, and you are correct. Up for Dawes from the Old Europe Sim, and the Umbrella Hunt is going to be my next guest, so that's a perfect tie-in and a great way to end the show. So, folks, there you have it. We are starting to leave winter, starting to move into spring, so these hunts will be a great way to make the transition. And, of course, in our next show, Rosamoo is going to have even more new hunts to talk about and more new great items to show you. Well, that is about it. Everything you saw on today's show will be on our blog, like I said, at happyhuntingtv.wordpress.com. And until then, let's go hunting, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Ciao.